Sorry about the wait, folks. Give me just a few more minutes. We're having some technical difficulties. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and get started then. Sorry about the wait there. I am attempting to use a new model, and it is not working. So we're just going to use the normal model I've had for a while now. So I guess uh, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be playing Space Engineers. Space Engineers 1, not Space Engineers 2. So, hang on. Something sounds wrong on my monitor. Like, I can barely hear myself speaking, but I've been having some audio issues because the other day, or not the other day, yesterday's stream, whenever I was here in this scene, I was like extremely loud. So, I don't know. Like, all the settings are the same. I don't know why it's way louder on one scene than it is on the other scene in OBS. But oh well. I'm kind of an odd case. I can like disassemble and reassemble a computer. I can program a robot. I can mod games that are really difficult to mod. But I can't get simple audio inputs to work correctly in OBS. It just is how it is, I guess. So, anyway, we've wasted enough time, so let's go ahead and try to get into the game here. Make sure everything's working. I'll check the sound on it too, I guess. And here we are, Space Engineers 1. I've already set up our world and all that. Give me a second here, make sure the audio sounds okay. I don't know what the deal is. It just sounds super quiet to me through my headphones. Actually, give me a second here. No, the audio's not turned down on my computer. What is that do anything? That do anything? That made it a little bit louder. I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna play the game. It is what it is. Hopefully the audio sounds decent. Once I get something that makes some noise, I'll be able to listen to my little side monitor and see if our audio levels are good or not. But yeah, so we're gonna be starting a salvage company. Technically, that's the ultimate goal. But we're sort of gonna have to do a little bit of everything in order to set up our infrastructure across the galaxy. So I really haven't thought in too much on how we're gonna do this. So I think our first move is gonna be drop pod onto the moon. And this may sound kind of odd, but the moon is a really good location for doing like what in the world is going? Okay, we're good. Am I falling? I think I'm going upwards. Oh no, I'm already on the ground. Yeah, we're already on the ground. It's basically spawned us on the ground. It's kind of weird. But yeah, the low gravity makes it easier to fly around in the early game and not waste as much hydrogen. And if I can find the giant ice lake, that's usually a really good area to set up a refueling station for hydrogen-powered ships. So right now, the move seems to be make it over there to whatever that is. It says armory, so I'm hoping that's not like an enemy encampment. I hope that's actually somewhere we can buy stuff from. It's going to kind of leap across the surface, try not to wreck our starting pod. We do need the parts from this thing. Also, if we blow up, we won't be able to respawn. We'll have to re-drop. There's no guarantee you'll drop in the same area. But yeah, so this will be a, oh, it's in the sky, or just outside the atmosphere. Oh well. This will be a pretty relaxed stream. If I turn this into a series, it'll end up being the sort of late night relaxing stream. Because space engineers takes a long time to do anything. But just for a second here, let me do a quick audio check. So we're gonna stop right here for a moment. The audio actually sounds perfectly fine, I think. I am listening to it on an old cell phone that's my monitor, but in my actual headphones I can barely hear myself talking, and the game is extremely loud, so one of these days I'll get the audio stuff set up. But I mean, funny enough, I record music all the time, like privately for myself. And every single song I have ever recorded, I'll get like everything nearly perfect except for the like mastering. Like I can't master a song to save my life. It'll sound good through my headphones and I'll play it in my truck and it's just bass heavy central or something. Or like you can't hear half of it, who knows. I can't balance audio to save my life, apparently. It might have something to do with the fact that I failed the last 2 hearing tests that I was given at the factory I used to work at, so that's probably not a good sign for my hearing. And that's, ooh, a crater. Hopefully we don't get stuck in this. I think I just seriously screwed up. This is going to take some creative driving to get us out of here. Do a little scoop around the rim there. We're wanting to go that way. I think we're heading backwards from where we were going. We got to land. Get turned around here. We'll sort of set up base near this, whatever that is. Armory? I really I want to find the icy side of the moon, so that way it's way easier for us to mine ice. So our first facility we're going to set up is going to be basically a fuel station, an ice harvesting little facility. We also need to build our build a like utility ship, something that's got like refinery, assembler, like survival kit for respawning. Something we can take to all of our new locations and use to build. Alright, that military barracks is probably gonna be a, not an enemy, but not a station that does trading. And it looks like we have some sort of space pirates over here. Hopefully they don't mess with us yet. Just kind of bounce off of these mountains here. What kind of ore is this? Iron. This actually might not be a bad place to set up a temporary refinery at least. Oh yeah, because we got iron, nickel, and cobalt right here. Only thing we'd be lacking in is silicone. Or silicon. Silicone and silicon are two different things. And I mean, I think we're about as... We could get closer to that station, but I am kind of curious to know how close we are to the icy side of the moon. So this first part of the stream will probably be pretty boring until I find a spot for us to set up. And as usual, I am running mods. Hang on a second. I think I made it where I can spectate, yeah, in survival mode. Where are we? We're over here. Where is the icy side of the moon? Probably the other side of the moon. Do we want to drive that far? It's up here. Alright, so we need to make it up here. Let's see. Trying to... Let's see, so that's there. Oh, does the compass work? No, it does not. We need to go the opposite direction that the Earth is, and we'll make it over here. Alright, so where's the Earth? The Earth is right there, so we need to drive away from it. This way! So, I am, like I said, as usual, using mods. Not very many mods, though. I tried to use sort of the minimum amount of mods that I can still have fun playing with. There's some mods you just cannot do without. Like, for example, the one that makes welding and grinding not burst your eardrums or blind you. Sort of cut out some of the flashing. We're just gonna kind of float around here for a little bit. Head roughly southwest, kind of, I think. This ought to get us pretty close to where we're wanting to go. Not even really steering, I'm just kind of steering with the gyroscope. There's another big crater. Here in a second, I might turn the speed up on this thing. Just a casual cruise across the lunar surface, you know. So this game is, like I said, it's extremely slow starting out, but once we start getting a base set up, we'll have plenty of things to be doing. Interesting stuff to build. That was a little bit steep of a hit there. That looks like a big crater. Golly, that's a deep crater. Uh-oh. Don't wreck. Had a small lag spike there. I think I needed to be headed more this way. Whoa. South-southwest. I can't see any ice on the horizon yet. I think we're gonna turn this wheel speed up a little bit here. Let's see. Turn up power a little bit, strength just a little bit. Speed limit. Unlimited. The only person limiting us should be ourselves. We don't want the first part of this stream to take an hour before we do anything. Watch me crash my pod. Being stupid. Ooh, there's an abandoned settlement. Yeah, one of the mods I have will spawn abandoned settlements and scrap for us to clean up. There's another. Oh! Oh no! I saved it. We were going a little too fast. Caught some bad air. I'm fixing to ramp this thing. Zoom! I need to get a sight. See if I can see ice yet. I cannot. Oh, is that ice on the horizon? Maybe. Hopefully we don't destroy our suspension when we slam this thing into the ground here. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Get our forward momentum back. I think this is about as fast as I really want to be flying. We need to jump this though. You perfectly cleared it. This is another reason why I kind of like starting on the moon, because it makes it easier to move around. Ooh, you start somewhere with gravity, you kind of just have to start wherever you're at until you build something that can fly. This terrain's not exactly favorable for do a little trick there. Do a little backflip. I totally meant to do that backflip, by the way. Just stunting on everybody, you know. Definitely not wildly out of control. But yeah, if we started on like Earth-like or something, we spawned like in a valley area, there is next to no way you're getting this little bitty machine out of that over a mountain. It just ain't got the traction in full gravity. We've found several more pockets of cobalt, nickel, and iron, which is really good. I'm hoping we can find one next to the ice. Ooh, it's gonna be a little more vertical than I wanted. Yes, we found the ice. Now let's start picking out a spot. That's kind of flat looking right there. Let's head over that way. We don't want to build on the ice because we're going to want to mine the ice. But we do want to start close enough to it that it's not a super long journey. Because we will have to probably manually mine the ice for a little bit until I come up with some sort of contraption to mine it for us. Let's see. I'm thinking right there. We build our base like, ooh, we could build our base over that crater. Yep, this looks like our starting area. Oh, it's silicon. I was hoping it'd be another Ooh, silicon and magnesium. Wish there was some iron, but better than nothing, I guess. So yeah, here's where we're gonna be building our whatchamacallit, our little starting station. Now typically when I play this game I'll try to build underground, but I don't have time for all that digging and mining it usually takes to do that. We're gonna do it all above ground. First thing we gotta do is we gotta get this toolbar set up. I'm gonna just kind of quickly set up a few of the basic things I usually throw down. Then we may have to adjust the volume a little bit depending on how loud the tool sounds. That's all I need for, well, hang on. Need that right quick. I'll go ahead and throw this in the toolbar. I'm gonna go to conveyor. We need the basic conveyor shapes. Need the connector. I like putting the things with the little plus icons on the toolbar so that way you get more out of it. Instead of having to have three different connectors on my toolbar, I just have one and I can switch between them easily. Now the first thing you gotta do is slap down an iron block, but the first thing we're actually gonna have to do is do a little bit of mining so that way we can even, that way we can even make stuff to begin with. I'm just gonna make a mess of these rocks. I'll go back and clean them up in a minute. If you hold down the F key while you're mining, you can pick up most of it, but you'll usually miss a bunch of it. I forgot to add the mine, or pick up objects as you mine mod. It'll be okay. A little bit of added challenge having to manually grab the rock. As far as like the settings go, the inventory sizes for everything other than the character is pretty slimmed down. I always turn the characters all the way up just for convenience sake. It just makes playing the game feel better. Alright, now let's throw this in our survival kit here. Oh, it started us off with some material. We want to set up as much of this as we can. And give me a second here. We're going to test. I'm going to check the audio right quick. Alright, give me just a second here. I'm going to do a little bit of adjusting. We're going to bump this up just a hair and bump that down just a hair. I'm confused. Oh, there we go. That might sound a little bit better. Did I not grab those iron plates? No, I did not. Alright, so here's the first block of our space station. Let me make sure it's gravity aligned. Alright, it was not. So yeah, there we go. That's the first square. We're going to make a little 5x5 here. What kind of alignment does that have? It's not bad. So we're not going to build anything too serious right here. Basically just a little 5x5 square pad. We'll have to put a landing dock on this eventually. And we're not gonna worry about welding all this up just yet. Why is my game lagging like trash? Oh crap, hang on. Dying of radiation exposure. I straight up forgot about that. We move our we're having a bit of a wheelie here. This thing does not handle around too well on the surface, but it is zero gravity, so we're gonna back this thing up in the shade, and we're gonna mine ourselves a little pit into the ground so we can mine without getting irradiated to death. Just kind of go down at an angle, make us a little tunnel down into the ground. Don't need some light. This will also make it a lot easier to contain our loose, what you call it. Yeah, that'll work. Now we'll start mining again normally. We'll just kind of continue this little hole downward into the moon surface for now. Actually, I'm going to start heading this way towards the silicon thing. We'll just do this for a minute. Do a little bit of mining while we build up some parts. Then I guess we need to wait till it's nighttime so we don't get cooked by the solar radiation.
Inventory full.
Oop, inventory full. Let's see how much this I can throw into here. Not very much of it. Do a little bit of welding. Go ahead and weld up this entire base before we start adding on to it. I'll probably build some legs on it, get it up off the ground a little bit. Out of steel plates. Grab what's in here. We need to get ourselves a real refinery, like ASAP. So we'll probably work on that next. And we may build it over there in that little hole. All right, I'm out already. Yeah, give me a second here. We're gonna build ourselves a nice little mine area that's separate from our actual base. Yeah, we may redo our entire mine. Give me a second here. Let me think. Let's do local grid alignment. So is it locally aligned? Yeah. That way it matches our other base. We could actually attach them if we needed to. On the line to this grid, please. Then go. Alright, we gotta do something. I want this to be a lot lower into the ground. This is how you get something to place lower into the ground. You go down, dig you a little hole. Come on. Then I dug way bigger of a hole than I meant to. Oops. There we go. Now we can get that down low. Placed it a little far away from our mine. Oh well. There we go. We're gonna do 3 blocks wide. little platform, then we'll move our mine buggy. I said mine buggy. Move our spawn buggy. Let's see. I need to move it now. Move it out the way here. Then we're gonna need some sort of way to make some power before we can even. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. We'll need a way of making power before we can use an actual refinery. We'll have to do that here in just a moment. Build us a little tower with a well, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get good wind out here on the moon. We may just do a hydrogen engine. Now let's go. Bear with me here. Making us a little platform off to the side. Is that all the... Alright. We're out of stuff. We need to do some more digging. We're gonna readjust our hole here. Let me go ahead and fast mine down into this. We gotta readjust the angle of our little mine here. The way it looks all nice and pretty. We might not have to mine anymore. We may just pick all this up. I'm still not 100% sure if the audio really sounds good or not. It sounds weird through my headphones. It's like some stuff is way too quiet, some stuff's way too loud. Hopefully it's okay for you guys. Alright, let's move this thing back onto our little pad here. We'll put it here like this for now. Now, let's see. We wanted to go 3 blocks over, about right here. Start mining down this way. Then we'll start placing blocks in a downward ramp. So we'll have a nice uniform angle. Build us a little professional professional looking mine here maybe. I think I'm screwing up. Oh well. We're gonna build over this. Oh, yep, I screwed up. I did not mean to get that close. Drag this out of the way a little bit. Let me fix my mistake. Where did the scrap metal fall to? I may have picked up the scrap metal that I dropped from that. Nope. Alright, we need our blocks back that we just blew up. Before I place something here, I really need this corner gone. Without hitting this block. Okay, we got it. Then we're gonna start using this right here. About like this. So that's our angle. We need to mine this angle. We need to also not destroy the block that I just placed. Then we'll try to make it look kind of uniform as we go. Sort of make this square. See, how's that looking? Not too bad. That's not quite straight. But now it's not quite straight the other way. How does that look? I'm just goofing around right now. We need to mine some more actual stone, so I'm gonna use the actual mine button as we clear this out, and then we'll go collect all this from the bottom of the pit here in a second. Good thing we still have some gravity, or this wouldn't work. Try to flatten this out. We'll just let all that excess fall down into the bottom of the pit. Then we'll have to make a few runs back and forth. Alright, let's fill up our bag.
Inventory full.
Throw this in here. Then let's see. What do I need to make the basic assembler refinery? Throw this here. We don't need to make the big one yet. We just need this. We need 20 steel plate, 10 computers, 10 motors, 20 construction components, and some steel plate again. Let's see if I can remember that. I already forgot. So let's just see. We know we're gonna need some of those. We know we need those. I'm gonna make more material than we actually need, because we'll need it all here in a minute. So we'll sort of run back up and down mining until we get that stuff done. Then we'll build our basic refinery. We also need to build a I think we'll just build a hydrogen and then an H2 generator for now. Fly right quick, sort of. We need to make sure that this is a big enough area. I'll be able to get a mining ship down in here. That's the first thing we'll probably purchase once we start making money, is going to be a mining ship. Because for some reason, I just really don't like or enjoy making mining ships. I don't know, we might build our own. It is just easier to buy them though, at least the first one. Sort of mine this out here. Start heading toward the silicone vein. I'm gonna try to make like a square, like 2x3 hallway, roughly. Pick up some more of this, throw it in our refinery.
Inventory full.
Oops, didn't mean to fly. And we just floated all the way to the top. Start gathering some of this. Alright, I need to finish our floor here. Oops. Misplaced. I really enjoy playing this game for some reason. It said after Fallout 4, this is the next most played game on my Steam library. I think I have almost 1,000 hours in here. Or it might be like 800 or something. It's a lot. Let me think. How do I want to set this up? Put her right here. We need all the materials to build this. stuff at? Oh. I had it just straight up making ingots. Yeah, we need to make stuff. Need steel plate. Tell it to make the steel plate now. For now, we'll go back down to the mine. That's probably mostly what at least half of this first stream is going to be, is just mining. Mining and getting established. Once we get established, stuff will start happening a lot quicker. I gotta keep an eye on my O2. I keep forgetting about that. If it gets a little low, we'll have to go hop into the machine. Let it fill up our oxygen tanks.
Energy low.
I think the energy is going to run out before our oxygen does. We'll keep going until we get pretty low. Make it worth our while. That silicon? Yes. We have struck silicon. Let's pick up all this.
Inventory
We
full.
really still need the stone more than we need the silicon at this moment. Need more steel plate. You sit in this thing for a moment. Let all of our stuff recharge. I have a very painful bug bite on the back side of my arm at the moment. Looks like a spider bite. That's not cool. Not cool at all. So there are exactly one thing in this world that I'm deathly afraid of. Well, two things. That is spiders and centipedes. Mostly centipedes. I just cannot stand. I guess the more legs something has, the more fear I have of it. And the smaller it is, the worse it is. I would rather have to like attack a tarantula than like a small, like a brown recluse or something, or a black widow. That's why a lot of people are scared of snakes. I'm not scared of snakes at all because they're big enough for me to see them. But now spiders, we don't do no spiders. Or centipedes. Centipedes are a no-go.
Inventory full.
Like I said, too many legs. Throw all this in there. Add those parts to that. What are we still missing from this? Just steel plate. Okay, so let's go ahead and place the assembler if I can. We're going to place an actual assembler. Hang on. I'm pretty sure that this will be the, what you call it, I need some steel plate. Place the assembler there. Alright, it's gotta have some metal grid. We may have to go track down some of that cobalt we was seeing. Go get a sample of that. I also need to place the cargo container. We've got to have metal grid for that too. Why is this not behaving correctly? I guess because it's full. It is not full, but it will not let me add any of it. Can I not add silicone ore to a survival kit? That's highly probable. I think that's the case. So for now, we're just going to drop this right there. Oh yeah. Let's get a little bit more ore. Set it to... We'll set it to do some plates, and we're going to go adventuring. We need cobalt desperately. We need the fancy blue metal. Which I hope I don't have to go too far for. We also need to set a GPS location so we don't lose our home. Alright, let me fill my backpack up here. Didn't quite fill her up.
Inventory full.
Alright, close enough. We keep nearly flying over the top of that. We're just gonna drop the rest of this right here for now. Oops. Alright. Let's go find some, it's dark out here now. We need some cobalt. That's gonna be basically impossible for me to do at night. That's great. Where was that, whatchamacallit? Where did everything go? We're really far away from that station. Create a GPS marker from that. Grab the food and the pistol. Put that in our pocket just in case. Go ahead and eat one of those. We're gonna fly to this armory and see what's popping over here. And then there's our temporary signal. Alright, where did it... Okay, so 11 kilometers away. Can we get there before we run out of... Yeah, we got plenty of hydrogen. I see an abandoned settlement. We're gonna fly and check out that abandoned settlement. That's what we're about to do. Also, I have a mod on that lets me fly really fast. So, if you're wondering how I'm zooming like I am, that's how. Basically, I have no speed limit. I think I can literally hit the speed of light. Alright, it's gonna be kind of hard to spot anything on the surface of the planet without targeting HUD. Is this it? No. Shadow. I'm starting to catch exposure. Let's just head to the station and see what's going on up here at the station, and then we'll fly back. There is a military escort. Please do not shoot me, Mr. Space Pirate. Whoa! Oops. What just happened? No, 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 no. Alright, so that's not good. What just happened? Did he just explode? You can't get me. You got a big boy turret. Yeah, we're not gonna jack with that. not much we can do about that. But yeah, let's fly into the station here. Now, Space Engineers 1 just recently had a huge update that totally overhauled the stations and the economy, and I think it's really neat. We're no longer alone out here. There's now other astronauts in the space stations. I think they'll emote at us. We gonna emote? We gonna say anything? We're just gonna stand, run into each other? Okay. One of them chilling. Where is the economy stuff? Why is it so loud? It went away. I'm lost in the space station. Where am I going? That's nowhere. I am lost. Oh, hey, he waved at me. Would you kindly move and point out where the economy blocks are located? They're probably out here. No? I'm lost. Market. Market. Oh, here we are. Here's the market. What do we sell here? I'm assuming guns. Also sell food. I've only got 10,000 credits. It's not a whole lot. We're gonna buy this grinder for reasons that we'll see here in a minute. Can we... They sell combat ships here. I would really like to find and purchase a mining ship. Let's see, what can I sell them? I can sell them components. I can sell them these girders. Yeah. Get a little bit of money. We got more money than we showed up with. Let's see, what can we do? There's not going to be a whole lot of these I'm able to do till I have some sort of a ship. There's a salvage con. Yeah, we're going to take this. There's no time limit on salvage contracts. And they're only looking for one specific item. Meaning, if we can find the item quickly, we can complete the contract, and then we can grind up the rest of that ship. Alright, where is the space pirate? He's right there, so I need to basically... What in the world? Okay, no, one of them's there. There's a... They're trying to attack this station, I guess, but they're not really able to. So I need to break free of this and boogie, but let's see. I think we need to head back to our respawn pod right now. Oof! We're about to get sent back to our respawn pod. Took a bullet. We need to head back to the respawn pod. We need a H2 bottle. I was hoping they sold those, but they don't. We need an H2 bottle before we can venture out, because we're getting a little slim on H2. The unknown signal. Wait a minute. Sometimes those have crates. We might be able to just snag us some stuff out of this right here. Let me get over here to it. Now, I tell you what, you know, this is, I'm just being honest with myself here. This is kind of boring to me, personally. Not a lot going on. Like, eventually this could get pretty lit, but right now this is kind of boring, so. I'm honestly contemplating us ending this stream here pretty soon. And then hopping back on for some more Road to the Stalk. I really enjoyed that game, as scared as it made me, as many times as I yelled and screamed. That was kind of a blast. I think we may do a second stream tonight, guys. We we may do Road to the Stalk here momentarily. See if I win anything from the lottery here. Hey, I got a cow helmet. Oh, metal grid! Perfect! What is it? It's just a parachute. Let's say they usually have a cargo. It's just interior plate. Let's grind all this up for some extra parts. I am still considering doing like a Space Engineers series. We may save this for like videos. I may make a video series out of this. This seems to be a little slow. I could cut out a lot of this dead time if I made it a video. So let me get back down here to the surface. And not bounce my body off the surface at 200 meters a second. That would not be a good idea. Well, I don't know. Now that I found that stuff, I'm kind of motivated to keep playing a little bit. So I tell y'all what, we're going to go ahead and hit at least the hour-and-a-half mark. I'm going to try to push it to 10 o'clock on this tonight. We may just go ahead and keep doing this as a streamed series. But I am still going to play some Road to the Stalk, because I just want to play that game. Alright, we need small tubes and motors. What is your problem? There's still stone. Oh, not very much stone. We need small tubes, which I cannot build with this. That's not cool. That's not groovy. Looks like we need steel plates, construction components, and computers. So we need roughly about another, we'll say 100 steel plate, 10 motors, and 150 computers. We need 100 steel plate, 10 motors, 150 computers. Throw this in here. Make sure I've emptied my inventory of everything I can. And we're going to throw these extra pieces in our cabin here. For safekeeping temporarily. And like I said, I guess I'm just getting my attention spans getting a little short. Like I said, Space Engineers takes a while to get really set up and started with. If you're doing it like this. When I'm playing privately by myself sometimes, especially here lately, sometimes I'll spend the first like day in creative mode.
Energy low.
Just so I can build a lot. Or at least build like some sort of starting platform, and then I switch into normal survival mode. But also, I'm getting hungry again. Gotta remember to eat. Food may become an issue. We'll have to figure out some way to start making some cash so we can buy food from the space station for now until I can set up a farm out here.
Inventory
And then
full.
unfortunately our space station that we have marked seems to be blockaded, so that's going to be a fun thing we'll have to figure out. Guess I'll have to build some sort of machine to go and like get rid of them space pirates. Alright, that's not good because that one seems like he's kind of headed towards us. So if he does, we may have to back our machine down into the hole and do a little combative grinding. I need to waste some steel plate right quick. Not really a waste if it keeps us from getting blowed up, but we're gonna need to patch this so we can back this down into the hole. Yeah, he's coming towards us. We need to get the move on. We're about to get attacked.
Energy critical.
I'm running out of energy. That's just great. I think that's about the best I can do for the moment. Let's get our respawn pod back down into the hole. Maybe he won't spot us. I guess this thing wouldn't be the hardest thing to get out of here if we were to get it stuck. I swear, if he comes over here and blows up our refinery. Guess we're about to find out. I'm gonna keep my eye on that compass target. I need to switch to my better grinder just in case I need to. Basically, there's no point in me shooting at him with my gun. I'll have to fly up and start hacking pieces off of it with this grinder. I think he's headed towards me. Not good. We are not prepared. Oh well, what can you do? Basically, I'm just hoping he doesn't continue this direction. It's hard to get square here. It's still getting closer. I don't know. I'm not gonna be concerned until he gets within 2.5 kilometers. Then I'll start getting really worried. It also hasn't broadcasted any attack notices or anything yet, which is a very good sign. I think he may just be like flying around the area. I think he's, yeah, it's going farther away from us now. I think we're actually safe. I think it's staying the exact same distance away from us. I think we're safe. I think we're safe. Need steel plate. Why? Oh. Slap a couple of those down. I missed one of these up here. Something's wrong with this. We'll have to investigate momentarily. I think I placed the wrong piece. I think I put a short slope in here. Did I? What did I do? So why it don't let me put? Oh, what going on? Why it not let me? Why you not let me do the thing? Is it because of the tire of this? It could be. Let's get this out the way. I think we're safe, so... Did that... It's gone. Yeah, there we go. Oh well. I'm not going to complain about not getting blowed up by the space pirate. sometimes it can be a little difficult to get established here in the solar system while you're being bombarded by pirates and other bad stuff. We try to get this widened on out here. We're a little close on this wall. What I need to do is build a really long skinny ramp and then put a hopper at the bottom of it with a chest underneath it, or a crate. Let me fix this. That'll work. I'm gonna try to round this wall off here. Using the right click function to quickly clear that out. Okay, I'm starting to see the shape of our tunnel here now. We're gonna build ourselves a nice uniform looking little tunnel that goes down into here. I don't know why I always get caught up making tunnels. My favorite part of building tunnels is actually building the sides. I don't know why. You'll see how I do it. I do it in a really weird way, where it ends up being a disconnected grid from the actual floor. But
Inventory full.
I like to do strange things in video games sometimes, play them in weird ways. I think we need more steel plate than what I had queued up. I see, we need construction components too. Do just a little bit more mining while we're waiting. It's a lot quieter down here. I guess I should cut this edge down. And slice this off real clean like. As soon as we get our basic refinery going, we can actually refine silicone, or silicon I mean. I guess the survival kit's only able to refine stone. I usually don't use the survival kit very long, so. Come on now. Let's pick up some of this mess we've done made.
Inventory full.
As soon as we get that assembler built, we can quit messing with this thing over here. We'll be able to use this. Still need more metal plate. About 14 more. This assembler's so slow. We're getting there though, we're getting there. Guess while we're waiting, let's do some basic stuff. Let's create our faction. We're going to be Wolf Company. Wolf Company Salvaging. We're Wolf Company Salvage. Now, I should have a modded... Yeah, here we go. Oops. This is a patch that I made for Fallout 4, but we're going to use it as a company logo. Need to change the background. Change it to black. There we go. Alright, so this is our company logo. We are Wolf Company Salvage. So our ultimate goal is going to basically become an intergalactic salvage operation. There's another space pirate. That is a hauler. I wonder if it's armed. Tempting, but that's probably a bad idea. I need these motors. Oh, I need more construction components. I don't know why I told it to quit making construction components. It is dark out here. Yeah, so let's start considering a hydrogen generator. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need an H2O2 generator. We're gonna need. Now the reason I just typed in oxygen tank, because if you get the oxygen tank, it's all of them all in one. If you search hydrogen tank, you won't find one that can do everything. So, we'll probably slap it down like right here. Is there any steel plate in here I can have? Apparently there was at least one. We'll put it about right here, same as that. We're not gonna worry about putting a hydrogen tank on this thing yet. I need more steel plate. I don't think I have any more. Oh, we're out of stone. That's what the problem is. Back to the mines. Actually, I might have enough already mined up here.
Inventory full.
Throw this in there. I don't know why it's not going ahead and building this. Whatever. As long as it builds everything we need in the end. So 10 construction components short, 7 motors short, and screw the last 8 steel plates. It'll be okay. Give me one more. One more, yeah. Build these motors, please. There we go. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Throw that stone in there. Snatch what stuff we have left. Alright, let's go do one more round of mining while we wait for it to finish up our parts. As soon as we get away from that super slow mining, or super slow refinery and assembly, we'll start making headway on building an actual base. We're going to eventually have to find us a iron deposit, though. We're going to need a lot of steel plates.
Energy low.
We should be able to get us a hydrogen bottle pretty soon, though. I don't know why it's run up here without grabbing any material. Let's roll back down in this hole just a little bit. That way it keeps our safe zone, or not safe zone, our spawning location safe. I really wish it didn't do that stupid menu every time I right click to eat food. I'm not transferring it, unless you mean transferring it into my face. Alright. Just throw that in there. Hey, we got an assembler. Sweet. Only problem is it has no power. I I guess we're not completely done yet. Let me get 2 of these large tubes, please and thank you. Alright, so we need about 100 steel plate, more motors, some computer. Basically, we need the rest of this to refine itself out. But yeah, so I guess we're going to go ahead and stop this section of the stream here. This has been Space Engineers 1. We may come back and revisit this and do it some more. I don't know. It just depends on if there's any interest in this or not. But that's about it for right now on Space Engineers. Let me go ahead and make sure we save our game. Exit on out of here. Go back to our normal home here. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Space Engineers today, but I'm kind of not done streaming yet, so here in about 7 minutes, at about 10 o'clock straight up, hopefully, we're gonna stream Road to the Stall for about an hour or so. So if you're interested in seeing that, that is a pretty new game, I think. I'd say stay tuned, but this stream's about to end, so I guess just kind of linger around YouTube until you notice that my next stream has started at 10 o'clock, and we will see you then. So yeah, this has been Little Wolf 99. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here in a few moments. Have a good one.